On April 24, 1964, in Socorro, New Mexico, police officer Lonnie Zamora witnessed an egg-shaped craft and two small humanoids. The mysterious craft hovered, then rose and sped away, leaving scorched ground where it had touched down. The Air Force investigated but offered no conclusive identification, and the case remains one of the most documented UFO reports. Its compelling blend of witness testimony, physical traces, and official scrutiny continues to captivate and spark debate. Dive deeper into this enduring account. I am Lonnie Zamora, a Socorro police officer, and the night closed in with a quiet, heavy hush. The desert air pressed on my chest as the radio hissed a routine call. I drove toward trouble, a pulse in my ears, and the sense that something terrible and wondrous might be waiting beyond the wash. As I crested the dune, a glow bloomed along the rocks, first pale, then a bright silver curve that carried no sound of engine. An egg-shaped craft rested there, gleaming under the westering sun, smooth as glass, unfazed by gravity. I stood still, listening to the wind and thinking how fragile certainty can feel. From the ground, marks appeared where the thing touched down, leg impressions that disappeared as if the earth breathed them away. No tire tracks, no footprints trailing outward. The air tasted metallic, and the sagebrush trembled as if the desert held its breath with me. Then two figures stepped from the ship. Short, slender, about 4 feet tall, with heads large in comparison and suits dark as a midnight sky. They moved with careful economy, glancing at the world as if it might shatter beneath their gaze. I kept my hands visible, my breath shallow, waiting. Fear fingered at my nerves, yet curiosity pressed deeper. The craft hummed softly, a sound softer than a train but constant, almost friendly in its persistence. One glance at those beings steadied me. Their presence bridged the line between wonder and dread. Without warning, a flare of orange glowed around the craft's base. The legs folded in. The ship rose on a current of still air, lifting like a leaf. The two figures seemed to vanish into the glow as the whole thing accelerated, leaving dust and a silence that swallowed my words. I stepped to the scorch marks, two long, clean trails across the sand, ending in nothing. No boot prints, no tire tracks, only the memory of heat. The ground offered no clues, yet the mystery burned bright in me, a beacon that would not fade with the wind. My radio crackled with the steady voice of the dispatcher. "Zamora, what do you have?" I answered in a measured tone. "An egg-shaped craft, 2 occupants." They urged caution, and I kept the scene secured, eyes mapping the glow on the rocks, listening to the night breathe as the desert darkened around us. Investigators from the Air Force arrived days later, careful and precise. They asked me to relive the moment, to describe the two beings, the feel of the ship, the hum in the air. They left with samples and notes, but no clear verdict, only a cautious respect for what I'd witnessed. Public interest climbed like a fire in dry brush. Papers echoed with questions. Believers argued with skeptics, and Socorro found itself on a national stage it never sought. I watched it all, a quiet witness to a storm that I had sparked and could not calm. Neighbors doubted my memory. Others clung to it as a thread of truth in an uncertain world. I walked the same streets and the same desert, my eyes still turning to that place where the strange had entered my life. Doubt visited me too, yet the night lingered. The official record offered no decisive statement, no conclusive extraterrestrial proof, yet no dismissal that did justice to my memory. I learned to live with the tension. Fact can be stubborn, and mystery can endure even when evidence remains elusive. Looking back, the Socorro night feels like a hinge in my life and in history. I learned to speak plainly, to endure crowds and questions, and to honor what I saw, however it would be judged. The desert keeps a secret, but it also gives a vow to tell the truth. And so I carry that memory forward. The glow, the stillness, and the certainty that some nights demand honesty more than proof. If I have learned anything, it is to bear witness with courage and to let the world decide what to do with what I saw.